Let's move this. Let's move this. I am here. I am here, Dio. I am here, Steven. We were guys, chill. I was like 30 seconds late while OBS was booting up. It was just OBS booting up. Don't worry. Nothing is wrong. We're good. We're good. So impatient. Guys are so impatient to start the stream that you couldn't wait an extra 30 seconds. How you doing, Drift? How you doing? We're doing good, Edits. Welcome in, guys. Man, everyone's popping in. Fantastic. The theme of the day is, what is your favorite anime sword? How you doing, DQ? Let's see. Yeah, what's your favorite anime sword? How you doing, Dutch? Welcome, guys. Hope everyone's having a good day. Excalibur Morgan. Excalibur Morgan. Wait, I'm familiar with a few different Excaliburs. There's Excalibur from Fate. There's Excalibur from Soul Eater. I'm not sure if I know Excalibur Morgan. The Sword of Zabuza. Okay, Zabuza sword. That's a good one. That's a good one. A little bit too large for me personally. How you doing, D&D? Excalibur from Soul. Yeah, Excalibur from Soul Eater. I mean, look, technically speaking, he is a weapon. He's more of an, like, if you can tolerate his existence, you can wield him. It's just not many people can tolerate that. I probably couldn't. Oh, Rengoku sword or Asta's? I wouldn't want those swords. At least I wouldn't be using them personally. They're a little bit too, especially Asta's, really too impractical. Sasuke's sword is more realistic, kind of. It's a lot more, it's normal sized. It's normal sized. It's between the Master Sword and all three of Zoro's. So, like, honestly, like, I get why people like these swords. They're cool. It's just, then again, I wouldn't be a swordsman myself. I'd probably be more of a sword collector more than a sword user. Do Thorfinn's daggers count? I mean, they're not swords, but like, okay. I'm probably going to do other streams on like other weapons, like your favorite axe or your favorite dual wield weapon or something. I'm probably going to, add that in future streams. Mr. 2 or it was Mr. 3 from Baroque Works. Mr. 2 or Mr. 3. Mr. 3 uses wax. So like, yeah, Mr. 3 uses wax. Mr. 1 is literally, he's the one who ate the fruit that turns his whole body into blades. So unless you're talking about, are you talking about him where his whole body are swords? And then you have Bon Clay, which I don't think you mean Bon Clay here. I think you're talking about Mr. 1. You like Ichigo's Bankai? Okay, alright. Zangetsu. That's, I used to own that one. I used to own the real life version of that one. I kind of miss it. The other day, when I told you about Code Geass video quality, it was my Wi-Fi. Okay, so it was your Wi-Fi. I figured the animation isn't bad for Code Geass. I know it's old, but it's not bad, so I was confused. The thumbnail is the same as yes. Yeah, so like I don't have the time. I don't have the time to keep making new thumbnails for all the streams anymore. Like if you want me to do live, like I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm just gonna reuse the thumbnails. I'm just gonna reuse them. So yeah. Inverted Spear of Heaven. Okay, interesting choice. Finn's Grass Sword isn't an anime though. That's okay. I know I said favorite anime sword for the topic of the day, but that's perfectly fine. How you doing, Johan? Thank you for the heart. Like, Gio, come on, man. It's just a thumbnail for a live stream. It really doesn't matter. It really does. Like, I guess it does matter for the people scrolling by, but like, I'm not going to invest an extra like 20, 30 minutes into my day to make a more unique thumbnail when, it's just not worth it to me. It's just not worth it to me. I'm just going to show up and do my thing. We really shouldn't be missing out on Excalibur. if we're talking Soul Eater Excalibur, then yes, I think we should be missing out. Hey Anas, how you doing? Favorite sword, probably Kisuke. Kisuke. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. The Zanpato. Yeah, I understand. Kisuke from Bleach. No Fire Force. I mean, there's Arthur. Arthur uses a sword, so you could take his. Rengoku sword. I think we have a few people taking Rengoku today. In Baldur's Gate, is Baldur's Gate multiplayer? Yes, Baldur's Gate is multiplayer, up to 4 players. Hey, Anas, thank you for all the gifts, including this slice of cake. You know how I love cake. Oh, Samehara. Okay. Okay. Uh, I mean, that'd be a pain to make. It'd be a pain to make the Samehara. Let's see, Gyu swords. Gyu has some decent swords. I want to see if anyone picks the same sword as me. YouTube can see it, TikTok can't. So I just want to see if anyone from TikTok picks the same sword I did. We'll see. Have I watched JoJo's? And if I have, what are your thoughts? Part 1 is good, Part 2 is better, Part 3 is better than that, and Part 4 was better than that. Could we count? Oh, yes, ODM gear is technically swords, but like those are really basic swords. Like they're quick, they're disposable swords. As soon as they shatter, you just. I mean, they're fine. I just think that I'd be hard to press to pick them as my favorite swords. Meliodas, yeah, Meliodas does have a sword. It's well, yeah, it's technically a sword. It's just a very small one. It's all right. It's okay. Does Kirito's sword count? Yes, no. Kirito's sword absolutely counts. Kirito's swords absolutely count, but he has multiple swords, so you have a few different options there. Future Trunks' sword is a great choice. I love it. I actually think that's great. Has anyone said Trunks? Someone literally just said Trunks. Someone literally just said Trunks. So, yes. Just started Code Geass. I hope you enjoy it. More than I did, at least. Gyu swords. A lot of people picking Gyu and Rengoku, I think. I really like Kokushibo's. Its design is beautiful. Yes, it is. Thoughts on the Bleach swords? Depends on the sword, because like Bleach is a series based around Zanpakuto. Some are pretty basic, some are more interesting. I like Byakuya's, I like Hitsugaya's. I like Ichigo's full black Bankai with the chain. I can even appreciate Kenpachi's, even though like when it's all battered and beaten, because he didn't know how to like use it. Currently starting Plastic Memories. Yes, it is good. I do think Plastic Memories is good. I'm surprised by the amount of people picking Samehara. A few people are picking Samehara. Tengen's Cleavers. Okay, well, I mean, okay, interesting choice. I was waiting for you to be live for you're my favorite TikToker. I appreciate that, Aaron. I like Sasuke's katana and guts. Wait, I'm trying to remember it was like the grass longsword. What was that? I think it had something grass in it. Sasuke's. I want to remember the name. It was the grass cutter. Okay, so I knew it had grass in it. Thank you, Anas, for all the gifts once again. You've been giving a lot recently. Don't use all your money. Sakamoto from Rurouni Kenshin. Oh, from Rurouni Kenshin. Of course it counts. Rurouni Kenshin, of course it counts. I'd pick them, the Spirit Sword from Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm surprised you didn't pick the Reverse Blade, because like Rurouni Kenshin, I do like the Reverse Blade. Let's see, Elucidator and Dark Repulsor. I don't think I know Elucidator, but I do know Dark Repulsor. Escanor's Axe. So Axe is different from a sword. It is an anime weapon, but it doesn't fall into the sword category. Anas, thank you for all the gifts. Oh my goodness, don't go broke, man. Don't go broke. Are we saying swords as like katanas, long swords? Those, yes. So I feel like a knife is kind of hard pressed. Like someone said, Thorfinn's daggers, and I feel like that's kind of pushing things. I wouldn't really consider Thorfinn's daggers as swords. I think we're gonna have other streams where we say like dual wield weapons or like knives, daggers, or smaller weapons. I think we might have to classify that as something different. What about the Charles Boss Ego sword from Blue Lock manga? So like I don't read the Blue Lock manga, so I don't know what you're talking about. I do watch the anime though, and I don't remember a sword. Leonardo. Leonardo from which anime? Because I the Leos that are coming to mind aren't sword users, so I'd have to get a reference. How many animes does someone need to watch for them to be a big anime fan? So like, here's the thing. I don't think there's an objective number on that. Like, to be a big like, here's the thing. What if you're a big anime fan, but like you work a full-time job and you're a full-time dad? Like, what if you have kids? What if you really love anime, but you just don't have the time to watch all these series that other people say you have to watch this many to be a big anime fan? Are you no longer a big anime fan because your lifestyle can't support sitting on a couch for hours at a time? I wouldn't say so. So I'd say it comes down to how much you appreciate it, how much you care about it. Do you go to like do you collect any merch? Do you set aside time for it? Do you go to conventions more than a set number of shows you need to watch? I feel like that's crazy. Meta Knight. You know what? Points for a unique poll. And Stain. Yeah, I mean his. I don't think Stain's sword's design is anything special. It's more Stain's abilities that stand out to me. His sword is kind of basic, but sure. Leonard Sword. Leonardo. Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles. Okay. Wait. Because, well, didn't Leonardo use a staff? Wait. Raphael used the. Didn't he use a staff, not a sword, or was it a specific series? He may have used a sword in a specific series, but I think the one I watched, he used a staff. It's just Charles Ego having a sword in his hand. Okay, so I just never saw that cover. Aizen sword. Okay. It won't give you Genjutsu though. It won't give you hypnosis because you're not him. I don't know why I said Genjutsu there. Leonardo always uses a sword. Donatello uses a staff. Is it really? Hold on. It's been a long time. Leonardo. You know, I'll just look up Ninja Turtles. It's been a long time since I watched Ninja Turtles. Nunchucks, staff, dagger. Was I wrong? Yeah, no, I was incorrect. I was incorrect. Proven wrong. True, I misremembered. Would you think it'd be cool if my hero continued with a new protagonist with a new? Haven't you heard? Maybe you've heard of My Hero Vigilantes. So like you could go watch that. It's a different protagonist, same universe, different baddies. What's the topic? Favorite anime sword? Yeah. So I just misremembered. I was wrong. To be fair, I haven't watched like Ninja Turtles in 20 years. Maki's sword? Okay. I mean, all right. Oh, the Halo Energy Sword. The only thing I don't like about the Halo Energy Sword is that it runs on batteries, so after you kill enough people, it just disappears and you're just stuck punching people. Other than that, great choice. Enma, okay, Enma's a solid sword, assuming you have the skill to use it. Would a Kagune from Tokyo Ghoul count? Let me refresh my memory just a little bit. It's been quite a while. Kagune Tokyo Ghoul. I mean, like it's more like a sharp weapon, but it's not really a sword. I'd be hard like it's not a sword. It's more like a sharp weapon made by the. I think it's a different thing. It's more like a sharp weapon. Shusui, I even have it in my house. I used to have back in the day, like this is before my content days. I used to have Ichigo's, Byakuya's, Hitsugaya's, and who am I forgetting? And Kenshin's, Rurouni Kenshin. But I had to sell them, unfortunately. Steven said the TikTok chat says hello to the YouTube chat. Saw that the YouTube chat says hi to the TikTok chat. My bad. If I was in an anime, what would I want your fight style to be? Oh, I'm hand to hand. I've said every stream pretty much. I do not like using weapons. I'm definitely more of a hand to hand person. Mihawk's sword is cool and everything. It's just a bit too impractical for me. It's so big. It's so big. Like, it's bigger than me, I think. The TikTok chat says hi to YouTube. Meliodas Divine Sword. Is Meliodas' weapon really like a sword, or is it more of a dagger? Because, like, it's pretty small. Like, it's pretty small. Like, I guess it's bigger than a dagger. No, it's bigger than a dagger. It's just a very small sword. If you were in One Piece, what devil fruit and Haki would you have? I feel like, first of all, I would be a no devil fruit user. I'd be like the red-haired pirates. I would just, not take one. As for what Haki would I have, you could train them all, and Conquerors, it's more of a matter of, like, you're born with it. So I can't just say, oh, I'd have Conquerors. So I would just train both observation and armament, because anyone can do it. Thoughts on Sasuke's sword, because I think the grip it's pretty impractical. Let me just pull it up so I can look at it again. Here, I'll look up the grass cutter sword. So if I pull it up, yeah, I personally don't think this is a well-designed sword for practical purposes. It looks cool in the anime, but, like, it's anime. It doesn't always have to make sense, but in the real world, nah, I don't think it's great. Ichigo's sword, I think that's a pretty good sword. I do like his. Depending on which version you're talking about, because we have the really, really big one, his Shikai form, and we have his, like, Bankai, his original Bankai, his new Bankai. You're my favorite TikToker because most people just power scale and top tens. So, like, I don't really do either of those personally. You know what? Afro Samurai is very high on my to watch list. I know I haven't gone to it yet, so I'm just gonna look it up so I can see Afro Samurai sword. I mean, I like it. Then it's got a nice curve to it. Yeah, it's definitely like it's an interesting design. I'm not sure how practical that curve is. Then again, I'm not a swords expert. There's an interesting group of TikTokers on here that are, like, weapons experts, and they're actually coming to my area soon, and I kind of want to see them if I can. Higurama's Executioner Sword. Okay, fair enough. And Yuta's Katana. Some interesting picks. If it's a blade, it's a blade. It doesn't matter if it's hidden or not. If the weapon is hidden and you take it out, it's still a sword. It's still a sword. Dark Magician Girl uses more of a wand. She doesn't really use a sword. There's probably a fusion card of Dark Magician Girl and a warrior type that gives her a sword, but, like, base Dark Magician Girl, she uses more of a wand. Well, staff. You're hyped for the next JJK episode? It is the final JJK episode that I believe is going to be 27 minutes. You have a Dark Magician? Awesome. Arthur Boyle's Plasma Sword. Okay, I knew someone was going to say Arthur. I think Asta's Demon Slayer. So, like, Asta does have, like, a cool looking sword that, like, dark, rusty look to it. But, like, actually wielding that would be incredibly impractical. It's just so massive. Like, no one's going to be able to use it. Let's see. What's the fastest Titan? I don't know. I don't know who's the fastest. Thoughts on maybe, like, female Titan, armor Titan, attack Titan. Does Kuwabara Spirit Sword count? I mean, like, because, like, that's kind of, if I remember correctly, that's right, it's composed of his energy, but it takes the shape of a blade, right? From Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, it takes the shape of a blade. It functions like a blade, it's not made of metal. I think I could give it to you. I think I'd give it to you. Would Ezio's Hidden Blade count? But, like, if you're talking about Ezio's from Assassin's Creed, his hidden daggers, like in his like these, then no, that's not a sword. If you're talking about Ezio's literal swords, like his full-on, like, sword, then yes, that would count. Would Itachi Susanoo? I mean, I did give it to Kuwabara Spirit Sword. So, like, if I gave it to him when that sword isn't composed of, like, standard material, it's just made of energy, and, like, I guess I could give it to Itachi. I think if I'm gonna do it for one, I kind of have to do it for the other. If it looks like and functions like a sword, I'd pretty much give it to you. Orochimaru's sword. So the grass cutter, which we gave to which is now Sasuke's sword, basically. Yes, a lot of people have picked the grass cutter. Your favorite anime sword will always be Kirito's black or white sword. It's just okay. If you just like it for nostalgia, that's valid. If you just like look back, it gives you fond memories. I think that's perfectly fine. Val from Brawlhalla. I don't know enough about Brawlhalla to critique that. Why does every character in Blue Lock have a domain expansion? They don't. It's just Blue Lock is a very, very over the top, like extremely dramatic soccer anime who have like inner monsters, kind of. Well, not an actual literal inner monster. It's not like Naruto where they don't actually have inner monsters or like stands. Uh, but yeah, it just looks that way. What's top five of my So here's the thing with my watch list. I just have a very, very long list of series, some of which I'm prioritizing more than others. So it's not like this is number one, this is number two, this is number three, and so on. It's more like there are certain shows I am more excited to watch than other shows, or some shows that I'm putting down further on my list because people are just can you stop spamming chat? Okay, Itachi, you're spamming chat, so I'm gonna have to mute you for a bit, man. We don't spam here, so like, dude, chill. Uh, so like Afro Samurai has been out for a very, very long time, right? This is not a new show by any means, and it's got a lot of like good feedback on it. So I definitely am going to prioritize that over like what's another show? So like JoJo's. JoJo's is really good, right? I'm not disagreeing with that. However, when people keep pestering me to watch JoJo's, it mentally exhausts me. So I'm going to wait till the JoJo's fandom chills out a bit before I go back to it. Robin from Teen Titan. Wait, Robin from Teen Titans. Robin, Teen Titans sword. I'm trying to remember when she used a sword. Oh my, wait. Oh my god, yeah, he does not use that very often. Yeah, he like, that's not his usual thing. Like, he's normally more of a staff guy, but he does use a sword in rare instances. So fair enough. That's a valid take. Have I seen Astro Boy? I have not finished Astro Boy, but I've seen parts of it. Have I seen Knight of Sidonia? Wait, isn't that from Seven Deadly Sins? No, oh no, it's not. Knights of. No, I have not seen this. I have not. I don't recognize this one. Saber's Excalibur. Okay, dude. Okay, King, stop spamming. Okay, King, I'm gonna have to time you out, man. Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna stop? We don't spam chat here. We don't do that. We don't do that. Stop spamming. Deathstroke. He uses katanas. Yes, katanas are valid. Those are perfectly valid swords. Yes, you're going to stop. Good. We don't spam chat here. That's rude to everybody else. Otherwise, I can't see what people are saying. Tonight's not fair, people. Okay, Guillaume from Demon. A lot of people. Okay, actually, not that many have picked Guillaume. A lot of people have picked Rengoku. Not many have picked Guillaume. And because Guillaume is my favorite character in Demon Slayer, I appreciate that. Was gonna say this. The Deathstroke. Yeah, the Deathstroke. He uses katanas. Enma is a great katana, but it sucks out the. Well, here's the thing. Zoro hasn't learned to master Enma. That's why I kind of, did that whole thing to his arm. So like once Zoro masters Enma, it won't have the same effect on him. So he'll be okay. He'll be okay. Tengen. Wait. Why am I so bad at type? There we go. Okay, yeah, Tengen swords. I do like those. I do like those. Yes, from Demon Slayer. Those are probably one of my favorites in Demon Slayer. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. Ganondorf sword in Zelda. Zelda. So like, okay, this is gonna piss off my audience. This is gonna piss people off. I've actually never played a a Zelda game. I've never actually played a Zelda game. I know that's gonna, and not for any reason. I haven't avoided the games. I don't dislike the games. I just never played the games. What about a lot of people have actually a surprising amount of people have picked Samehara. Like a lot of people have picked Samehara. I'm actually a bit surprised by it. Mayuri swords. I mean, okay. No one has picked mine yet. No one has picked my choice yet, and by the end of stream, I want to see if at least one person does. I'm starting to have doubts that anyone will. YouTube chat, you guys can see it. You guys can see it. They can't. TikTok can't see it. Let's see, Murichiro is your favorite? I mean, I understand. Not going to be my top choice, but I respect it. Are the scissors from Hunter x Hunter? Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. From Greed Island? Tofu, you're talking about that guy in Greed Island, right? The guy who uses, yeah, the guy who eats people's hair to learn everything about them. I know what you're talking about. I would not, those are not swords. Those are clearly just scissors. Like, I know they have, like, they're blades, but, like, they're definitely not swords. What are we talking about? Favorite anime swords. Nobody said Zoro. A lot of people have said, like, one person said Zoro sword specifically, and one person said, like, Enma, which Zoro is now using, even though that, like, it was originally Odin's, but now Zoro has it, so, like, I count it as Zoro's sword. He has Enma now, so. Ganondorf's sword is actually a bad choice. It poisons you. Let me just look it up, because I don't know about Ganondorf's sword. Like, I've played Ganondorf in the older Smash Bros. Games, and I do love him for that. But, like, he didn't use a sword in those. Ganondorf sword. Let me just see it. Oh, wait. This was in, I'm trying to remember. I did play a game. I did play a fighting game, like, many years ago, of one of the main fighting games. And this sword was in it. Man, I'll try and remember what it was. You didn't finish reading the question, Maitaku. I mean, I'm sorry if I didn't even see the question. If Link uses Ganondorf's sword, it infects Link with gloom, which damages Link. So I hope he doesn't use it then. Sounds like a bad thing. Are the scissors from Hunter x Hunter, Gon uses, and Kuwabara's spirit sword are the same thing? I didn't see it for some reason. No, they are in no way the same. How would they even be the same thing? The scissors from Hunter x Hunter are literally a pair of scissors, and Kuwabara's spirit sword is someone manifesting a sword weapon using spirit energy. So no, they're not even close to being the same thing. Sora's Keyblade. You know what? You're the first person to mention Sora's Keyblade. Pull out some Final Fantasy in there. Okay. Interesting choice. But here's the question. I see some people naming multiple swords. Are you just naming multiple swords that you like, or are you kind of struggling to decide on a favorite sword? Because I see some people picking multiple different things. A Glock 19, very sword-like. Toriyama's sword. Okay. Dante's Demon Sword. I have not played Dante's Inferno either. God, I have a long list of games I need to get through. The Dragon Blade, but that thing is heavy. I mean, are you talking about the Dragon Slayer from Berserk? Yes. It would be far too heavy for you to use at all. Trunks' sword, Android Saga. Yeah, a lot of people. There's been a few people who picked Trunks' sword. Akame's first hit blade, just find the concept really cool. Akame's first hit blade. Akame first hit blade. Can't say I recognize this one unless that was a typo. Don't think I made a typo. I'm surprised people are actually picking ODM gear. Like, I'm really surprised people are picking ODM gear because, like, yeah, they're just, like, efficient. You just do this, pull out a fresh pair of blades, and when they break, you just, replace them. But, like, out of all the swords in anime, you're picking the cheap replaceable blades. It's basically a big box cutter. I mean, maybe not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's like, yeah. If it cuts you, it injects a poison and you die. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of people who use poison blades. That's a very common tactic these days. The sword gonna manifest using John Johnkin. So yes, if you're talking about Gon's yeah, conjurer ability where he turns his energy into a sword. Yeah, that I gave it to Kuwabara, so it's only fair that I'd give it to Gon. Like it's only fair if I, do if I want to do it for both. Murasan from Akame ga Kill. Yeah, yeah, that's another one that'll kill you. Yami's sword black. Oh yeah, Yami's sword is great. And remember how like he owed like a ton of his like how much money did he owe for that? He was still paying it off because of how expensive it was. Deep cut, but I really feel like I really liked Yamato's sword from Hitman Reborn. The thing is with Hitman Reborn, I couldn't get into it because I didn't like the voice actors. Like I wanted to like it, I couldn't deal with the voice actors. So I'm gonna watch the new one that's coming out. We are getting more Hitman Reborn, so I'm gonna watch it. I know you're struggling, Steven. I know. I get it. I get it. There's a lot of good swords in anime. Let's see. The mithril sword that Sui makes from campfire cooking. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Because, like, you don't expect someone to pick that. Because it's not even like a battle... it's not like a battle-focused series. Yeah, there's fighting. But it's not like it's mostly just about food. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this stupidly overpowered sword from a cooking anime. That sword Pokemon, I forgot. Oh, I know who you're talking about, but the thing is, hold on. I know exactly who you're talking about. I just forgot their name, but I know what it is. It's let me just find here. Aegislash. You you just want a sentient sword. You just want a fully sentient sword. Meliodas' first sword, the fragment from Coffin of the Eternal Darkness. So not even his fault, just the fragment. Just like, okay, you're taking his broken sword. I mean, all right then. Okay, just take the broken weapon. Why not just take the full thing? Why not take it when it's fully restored? Zabimaru is pretty cool. He is. What about Anos Voldigoat? I think Anos Voldigoat is pretty boring. Like honestly, he's okay. Like he's the best part of his show. He's the best part of his series, The Misfit of Demon King Academy. But like, okay, you have this. I mean, yeah, he's got a cool sword. He's got a cool sword, but his character. You mentioned the name, not his weapon. I just think Anos is. Yeah, he's cool and he's charismatic and he's good looking and he's stupidly strong, but like the series itself was just kind of boring. The mithril sword is good because it can cut through a lot of things like butter and it is light. There's a lot of swords that will do that, but I respect your choice. So okay, you just like having like the green dragon part of Meliodas' blade. I mean, okay, that's fine, I guess. Kind of missing the rest of the weapon. But yeah, you know what? That's your choice. That's your choice. Arthur's Excalibur. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. A lot of people are picking Excalibur, but I get confused as to which Excalibur they're talking about because there's multiple Excaliburs. For one, Arthur's Excalibur. You have Saber's Excalibur. You have Soul Eater's Excalibur, which is probably not the one most people are thinking of. A few people have picked Zabuza's Executioner's Blade. A few people have picked Enma. The Dragon Slayer Sword, of course. That's another common pick, even though you wouldn't be able to use it. Did anyone pick Escanor's Axe? Not a sword. Someone did mention it, but like not a sword. The Z. No one has said the Z sword. People have said Trunks' sword. No one else has said the Z sword. Funny enough, that spoiler warning for Dragon Ball Z Buu Saga, the Z sword snaps in half. So like, yeah. I mean, I guess we could give you it before it broke in half. Shion's sword from Hell's Paradise. Okay. All right. Okay. Did anyone pick Ichigo's Bankai other than me? I can tell you that you're not. I've seen Ichigo's Bankai mentioned a couple of times, but then again, we have to defer between Ichigo's Bankai in His first Bankai, with it's like all black and the chain, or are we talking about in Thousand Year Blood War, like what he has now? The Wado Ichi. Okay, you are the first person to mention Wado Ichimonji, so that is a first. Technically, the Yamato counts. The Yamato, like which? Hold on, Yamato, the Yamato. Uh, from what? Like, can you be more specific? Because Yamato is a very common name. Yamato from which one? Just because the most recent episode of Hell's Paradise goes going, you know what? Fair recency bias. It was really cool. It sticks out to you. Perfectly fine. How you doing, Nayla? Welcome in. Anyone picking Gintama? No one has picked Gintama, but then again, I don't know the names of the swords in Gintama because I dropped Gintama, so I don't know the names of the swords. But I have not seen anyone mention Gintama's weapon specifically. Anyone picking actually, I'm starting to think the Kisame sword is the most common. Like that is probably the most popular pick, which is surprising me. Soul Solid. On. Why do I remember what that is? Oh, Brook's sword. That's more of a technique than I don't think that's the name of his sword though. But yes, yes, that's good. Yoru. At least one other person has picked Yoru, a Mihawk sword. Again, it's really cool, but it's so impractical. It's just so big. It's just so big. It's not. I don't think it'd be like heavy like Guts' sword, but it's just so long. Let's see. Did anyone pick Enma? A lot of people have picked Enma. Yuta Slander is going to end by next episode of JJK. Here's the thing. Who cares about character slander? Because if you like a character, just like the character. Let's see. Give me Shinmin Takuzo with a wooden stick over anyone. You know what? I can appreciate just a really cool looking stick. Because you know what? I can appreciate just a cool stick. 100%. Does Sanraku swords count? So like, Sanraku primarily uses daggers. Like, he mostly dual wields daggers. Like, I think he may have a sword. Like, I think, are any of them actually sword? I mean, technically, no, he has used swords before. I think his staple weapon is more, those are kind of long. He has used swords, but he primarily dual wields daggers. I think he's more known for his daggers than he is swords, even though he has used swords. So, like, I guess you could take his swords, but, like, I guess it depends what you want. Can't I use one of Eren's founding Titan ribs as a weapon? You could certainly try. I don't think it would go well. His kitchen knife is quite unique. Tengen's dual blades. Oh yeah, Tengen has some pretty nice weapons. You're not the first person to mention that. Morning Orange, if it's morning for you, good morning, because here it is definitely not morning. It's not my favorite, but the needle from Hollow Knight. I've seen gameplay of Hollow Knight. I don't own Hollow Knight, but fair enough, it looks good. My bad, the Yamato is Virgil from Devil... Okay, that's why I didn't recognize it. Because, or that's why I wasn't sure. I've never played Devil May Cry, so I didn't know the name of those weapons. Enma from Kagurabachi or any other enchanted blades. Oh, so not even the Enma I was thinking of, because I don't think I've seen Kagurabachi. I will confirm, though. Yeah, I have not seen Kagurabachi, but that is a pretty cool looking sword. I will give you that. Bluetooth and Armin aren't allowed. Okay, man, you love your Titan sports. Sukuna versus Gojo, who do I think will win? I already know who will win because spoilers. So I'm not going to ruin that for you. I'm not going to ruin. If you genuinely don't know who's going to win, I'm not going to spoil that. The coolest looking scissors blade. Oh, Kill la Kill. No one else has mentioned Kill la Kill. Good job. Has anyone said Anubis from JoJo's? What season is Anubis from? Because I don't. Was that part 3? Here, Anubis. Yeah. Let me just see. I don't think I recognize. Oh wait, I think I've passed this season. No, I've seen this. I think I've seen this one. Okay. I watched this a long. Oh wait, no, that's Stardust Crusader. Yes. For interesting sword. Interesting one. Is it only me or Vinland Saga is boring? No, I personally loved it. Yeah, it was part three. Yeah, I thought I recognized it, but I did watch part three back in 2012, 2013. So that's like I wasn't sure, but like it seemed familiar. Since when did JoJo have seasons? Since always. JoJo's Part 1, JoJo's Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, 6, and now Part 7 just started. Steel Ball Run just came out. Not my favorite, but the sword in Stitch and the Samurai. It's just a random. Okay, so I don't even. Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know that one at all. Let's see. Yuta slander is not slander. Me and my friend just call him a bum and called me May May a pedo. I mean, like, I don't take slander seriously. Like, most people on the internet, when they make fun of a character, it's either just being for like just for good fun, or it's not that serious. Sometimes they have, a real reason for it. Sometimes they just don't like the character. I don't know. It's just not that serious. Call them parts. No, I will call them seasons, because if you're bothered when I call them seasons instead of parts, it's just funny. The YouTube setup has changed. I'm trying things out. Like, YouTube is kind of being weird, so I might as well just dabble and see what people like. Like, no matter what I've done with the YouTube setup, people have complained. So like, oh, I don't like the short format. I prefer, or like the widescreen camera's too small. You don't like when I'm in the corner and there's a big green screen. So like, I'm just trying stuff and seeing what people like more. Like, I take your feedback, I try things out, and we just keep evolving it. Another good sword is Gilgamesh. Wait. There's a few Gilgameshes I'm thinking of. Gilgamesh sword. Oh, yes, Gilgamesh Fate Stay Night. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I know which one you're probably talking about, but he technically has many, 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 many swords. Like, Gilgamesh has like a whole near infinite inventory of swords. Everybody has their own opinion. Just do your thing. So here's the thing. Like, yes, I'm going to ultimately do what I want, but I am open to taking constructive criticism and trying to make my background, my display, my whatever, my setup more enjoyable, more preferable for the audience. I'm just trying to see what people like more on average. You're talking about EA from Gilgamesh. I figured that's what you were talking about. The most violent anime? I mean, it depends what you mean, because there's a lot that you could argue are equivalently violent. I think it comes down to graphic or gore, things like that. Because, like, Hellsing Ultimate, it's pretty gory. It's just non-stop blood splatter everywhere. If you're talking, like, death count, probably something like, I don't know, Platinum End is pretty high. Dragon Ball is pretty high death count. If we're talking, like, it depends. Or if is it just non-stop action kind of deal? Like Demon Slayer Solo Leveling, where it's basically just fights most of the time. Let's see. Shadow go back to the mental ward. Yeah, he's not going to go back. Even I'll send him there later. The most violent is Hellsing. So like Hellsing Ultimate is definitely the most gory. It's the most like bloody series that I've seen. So like it depends on what they define as violent. Let's see. Byakuya Zanpato. I used to own that one. It was very nice. Can't we not use Aaron's colossal titan hair as a weapon? Good luck trying. Favorite drink? Chocolate milk. You have the keyboard from Kingdom Hearts? I do not. My keyboard is from was it Starforge? Does it have a name on it again? Here. You can see the name right there. I'll just read it for you. It's called the Rogue Strix Scope 9296 Wireless. Pretty sure it was from Starforge. I think that your favorite sword is the Dragon Slayer. You are not correct. You are not. You are, unless you go to my YouTube live where you can actually see a bit more of a background, you are not going to guess what my favorite sword is. Like, you are, like, actually, there's a handful of you that might be able to guess. We'll see. The Sword of Furina from Genshin Impact. I've never played. I played Genshin Impact for like 10 minutes, so I don't know. I'll just look it up. I'll just look it up. Yeah. I didn't get very far. Okay. It's a pretty sword. It's a pretty sword. Afro Samurai is pretty gory. I'm sure it is. It wouldn't surprise me. It's not going to be more gory than Hellsing Ultimate. I would be genuinely shocked if it's more gory than Hellsing Ultimate. Can we get some hints? Okay, I will give you a huge hint. I will give you a massive hint. Yu-Gi-Oh! There's how's GSP doing? I haven't seen GSP in a long time. I quit the gym. Well, I no longer work at the gym where he trains, so like I haven't seen him since like July. Samurai Jack's sword. That's some elite ball knowledge. Uh, yeah, it's a cool sword. I don't have a top three. I'm what you call a general anime fan or enthusiast. I kind of just enjoy multiple series and just have a good time. Can you possibly tell me how to spell Colossal Titan correctly? Uh, well, that was a lot more correct before. I'm pretty sure Colossal is Colossal. Is it one or two L's? I know it's two S. I think you got it right. Forget if there's one or two L's. Have I seen Steel Ball Run? Nope. I will not be starting Steel Ball Run for a very long time. Finn from Adventure Time. I don't watch Adventure Time, but I think I know what sword you're talking about. I don't even know who that character is. Not gonna lie. From which one? Well, like which are you talking about? Or Orange's comment on Genshin Impact, or are you talking about the character that I have up on display? Hear me out. Fujitora's cane. It's a cane sword. Cane swords count. The Anubis sword from JoJo's came to mind. Someone else has already mentioned that one. It's a pretty nice sword. The Sword of Omens from Thundercats. Oh my god. There's people here old enough to know Thundercats. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Is it the Revealing Light? No, it is not Swords of Revealing Light, but I respect the call. I respect that. I respect that knowledge that you know that card. Because that's like OG. That's from way back. I still play Thundercats. I have not seen Thundercats in so long. It's been so long since I've seen anything from. Yes, the character I have on the YouTube display is from Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Thundercats is like old. Thundercats goes way back. I forget if it came out in like the 80s or the 70s. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. Pretty sure it came out in the 80s. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, Thundercats is like, that's my era. Maybe even before my era. Like that's, like you've been around a while. If you, or you just are well versed in like games and TV shows, because like that's from way back then. Is your hair perm? No. If I like Avatar The Last Airbender because of the friend group and the lore, so like, okay, so you like Avatar because of just like a chill friend group and adventure, I would try Hunter x Hunter. What's your favorite sword? I will reveal it soon. How long have we been live? I'm gonna reveal it at the end of the stream. For those who stick around for another half an hour, I will reveal my favorite sword at the end of the stream. The Blackluster sword. The Blackluster soldier is a great. That's a great pick. I do love the Blackluster soldier. He is cool. Actually, the Blackluster soldier was probably one of my like top 2-3 favorite cards for a time, like during the early era. Bleach has the best swords. They have some great swords, especially since it's a series literally based around swords pretty much. But it's not going to be my favorite. My singular favorite is not going to be from Bleach. It's either the Dark Magician Knight, so you're wrong, or the Dragon Rider sword. So no, you are not correct. I have given hints to this on previous streams. So if you have paid attention to things I have said on past streams, you can figure this out. I promise you. Why couldn't Aaron just turn every pure Titan back into human? I don't think you could really. I think once they're a Titan, I don't think you can undo that. Tofu, if you have listened to everything I've said regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically in past streams, I have revealed what the answer is. You went to YouTube and your favorite sword is so unexpected. Thank you for not commenting it. Thank you for not. I appreciate that you went to YouTube to see and did not spoil it for TikTok. Because, thank you for doing that. The Sword of the Storm from Raimundo. Shaolin Showdown. Another classic. Another classic. Do lightsabers count? I mean, I would say yes. Because if I counted other characters' weapons that look like swords and function like swords, but were energy based, lightsabers are plasma based. So like, yes, I'll give you lightsabers. I'll give you lightsabers. So if Mace Windu's lightsaber or Darth Maul, I think if I had to pick between those, I think I'd go Darth Maul. Between those two, I'd probably go Darth Maul. Would I watch the Titan race? Probably not. I don't watch any races. Where do I watch anime? So here's the thing. I don't use paid services, and you don't want to talk about those other sites on a live stream because, then they get shut down. So if you want to see, you have to join. If you join the Discord and go to the FAQ section, I have them listed. But if you join the Discord, please talk. Please engage with people. A lot of people join and then they don't say anything and they just sit there. So like, don't be a dead account in the Discord. If you're gonna join, please hang out with us. Is it Buster Blade or Sword? Great choice, fantastic pick, but no. Buster Blader, fantastic choice. Like that's elite. That is that is high S tier. Griffith's sword, I don't support Griffith, by the way. That's fine. I mean, you can still like his sword. You could still like his sword. Fair enough. Let's see. Yamamoto has a pretty tough sword. If it's the Yamamoto that was mentioned previously, then yes, I would agree, because there's a few different Yamamotos. Head Captain Yamamoto. Okay. If you're both there's one person in each chat talking about Head Captain from Bleach Yamamoto. Yes, that's a pretty solid sword. What do I think about the fall of High Anime? It's already back up. It's not on the same site, but High Anime is already back up because it's like streaming anime is never gonna die. It's always gonna be around. Law's Katana. I'm actually surprised that it took so long for someone to say Law, because Law has a huge fan base and a lot of my audience watches One Piece. So I'm surprised it took that long for someone to say Law in here. This is not basically a special sword, but it's the used Rurouni. So yeah, the reverse blade, Rurouni Kenshin. I actually asked other people who have mentioned swords from Kenshin, like why they didn't pick the reverse blade. I think that's an awesome sword. Guts' sword, the Dragon Slayer. So yeah, the Guts' sword is the Dragon Slayer. Good luck using it. Good luck picking it up, by the way. Tofu, you went to look as well. Oh, God damn. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Icon, I haven't gone to check if that is the site that has replaced it, but like I don't recommend posting publicly where these free streaming sites are located, because like if the wrong people find it, they get shut down. Like I don't want them to get shut. I want us to have access to free streaming, right? So like make sure you message them like DMs privately in a certain, like not during a live stream, right? I just don't want the wrong people. I don't want it getting out. I bet your favorite sword is a sword. It is a sword. It is a sword. Play Sailor Piece. A Sailor Piece. I don't even know what that is. I want to say Soul Eater has some swords, but I remember it vaguely. Yes, it's also kind of vague in my mind, but there's a scythe, there's guns, Soul Eater is interesting because you have a lot of diversity in weapons there. It's not like Bleach where it's pretty much all swords. Actually, no, Bleach has some guns in it. My mistake. There are some swords. Yeah, no, okay, I was wrong there. Can I gift if you want to, Magnus? Would Thorfinn's sword or Thor's sword count in Vinland Saga? So those are daggers. Thorfinn dual wields daggers. So like not quite a sword. We might have a stream in the future where we cover like other categories of weapons, like the same way that a few people mentioned Escanor's axe. Like, axe is clearly not a sword. It's just like it's a bladed weapon, but it's just not the same category. What does the character's name on display start with? This is okay. It starts with a D. I don't think it's going to change too much for the other chat. but it starts with a D. To be honest, in Naruto, there's a sword named Samehada. A lot more people have said Samehada than any other sword. Like that has been the most common pick of the day. What about Zoro's Shisui? No one has mentioned Shisui. Okay, so hold on. I need to ban the bots. We got some bots in the TikTok chat. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I just need to get rid of the spam. Give me a second. Okay, and we should be good. We should be good. I got addicted to Tokyo Ghoul. A lot of people have. It's a very popular series. Damon? No, the character's name is not Damon. Has anyone mentioned Toji's sword? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Aquaman's trident. It's true, a trident is not a sword. It is a blade, like it's an edged weapon. But yeah, that would fall into a different category. Zangetsu, literally the most famous weapon. A lot of people pick Zangetsu. But like Samehada is definitely the most popular today. I got there, but didn't get there. I mean, okay, so like, yes, Tofu. Yeah, so you went to look, and yeah, you were really close. And to be fair, that was a really good pick that you made. You were like right on the cusp of it. YouTube chat has been quiet these days. Yeah, but here's the thing. Do I care? Not really. Like, I've been over this, Orange. I've been over. I'm not gonna do this every stream. We have quiet days. We have busy days. I say we've been over the whole. You know, oh no, there's not enough people in chat. It doesn't matter. When you live stream, it's about bringing the energy. It's about having a good time. It doesn't matter whether we have 20 people, 5 people, 2 people. I spent the first like year of streamings on Twitch streaming to 0 people. So like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Just have a good time. Let's see. Murasame from Akimega Kill. A few people have mentioned. Actually, I think you're the second or third person to mention that one. What about Shanks'? Griffin. Shanks' sword is nice, pretty simple in design, but I appreciate it. I really like it. Yeah, but like I don't worry about it. Orange, you are correct. That is who it is, but I'm not gonna read out your answer because I don't want to spoil it for the TikTok chat. Let's see. What is the worst thing that can happen if I get powers? The worst thing that can happen? You don't understand how those powers would function in reality, and you end up killing yourself and everyone in the area, or just destroying the planet or something. One elite pick? Well, thank you, Tofu. How about Vegeto's Spirit Sword? I would count it. Because, as I mentioned, other characters have picked spirit energy based swords. Spirit Sword is literally a key based sword, so yes. Thoughts on Demon Slayer? I'm on episode 15 right now, and it's getting boring. Should I continue? So here's my thoughts in general. Just this isn't a Demon Slayer thing. This is just my approach. If you are bored for like whatever length of time, I don't know what your threshold is. Everyone has a different kind of threshold. Either when it's too boring for X amount of time, or the threshold for low quality has just dropped so low that you're just out. Then you can stop. Like if you feel like if it's not that bad, but you feel like it hasn't been bad for that long, okay, maybe keep going, maybe see if it recovers. If it's been a drag for like multiple episodes and it's just not getting fun at all, then I would drop it. What about Guts' hand replaced for a crossbow? Well, a crossbow is also not a sword. Does Chidori count? So Chidori, I mean, like, there's base Chidori, which is basically just, focusing chakra in your hand, turning into electricity, so it has extra like piercing damage. There's the Chidori like wide ranged attack. There's Chidori Senbone. Was there a Chidori sword, like an actual like fully I think he did. Did he ever use a Chidori sword? Yeah, no, he does. You could count a Chidori sword. Yeah, well, so like when he fights Danzo, it's like he's still holding it. When he fights Danzo, it's not like he throws it like this. It's like he's holding it and then just reaches out to him. So like I guess it's just a really, really long sword-shaped chakra blade. What's the question today? Favorite anime sword? You came from TikTok because I got banned. So will I stop spamming? Yeah, I mean, yeah, just don't spam. But Toji's inverted spear of heaven counts as a sword. But does okay? Toji spear. I mean, yeah, yes, that absolutely would count as a sword. Absolutely. Which is better, Black Flash or Hockey? I mean, I prefer Hockey to Black Flash, but that's just me. What about Mihawk's Black Sword, the Yoru? A good amount of people have picked the Yoru sword, which is fair enough. I just think it's a little bit impractically large for most of you. You did say energy, yeah. So I did say energy-based swords would count for this. The Yuabara's sword, Vegeto's sword. So I gotta keep it fair. Isn't Black Flash like 1 in a million to hit? I mean, apparently. And Itadori just like. But like you asked me which was better, not like I like Hockey more. You didn't ask which was stronger. You didn't ask like versus. And also I don't really do versus stuff anyway. You asked me which was better. I like Hockey more than Black Flash. Pluck from JoJo's Part 1. It's been a while since I've seen JoJo's Part 1. Pluck JoJo's Part 1. I gotta say, I barely, if at all, remember this. Like, I can see it. I Googled it to see. But, like, I vaguely, if all, at all, remember it. Called a spear. Okay, so here's the thing. It might be called a Spear of Heaven. Like, it's in the name Spear of Heaven. But there's no denying that this is a sword. Like, I'm looking at it. That is not a spear. That is not a spear. That is just a name. Looking at it, this is a sword. What about Zabuza's sword from Naruto? Yeah, that's a very, very popular pick today, but not as popular as Samehara Kisame's sword. That's probably the most popular pick of the day. Dragon Slayer is up there as well. Conan. I don't think anyone has mentioned Conan the Barbarian, though. I don't think anyone has mentioned Conan the Barbarian. Have I heard of the Derrito theory? No, I'm not really part of the JJK theory fandom. Like, I'm a JJK fan. I enjoy the show. I watch it actively, but I'm not like heavy into, like, I don't read the manga. I don't know what's going on in Modulo. I'm not like trying to theorize much on it. So like, no, I definitely don't. I don't really know what my favorite is, but it is probably the Elucidator from or the Lost Wayne. I don't think I know the Lost Wayne. Lost Wayne sword. Is that something to do with Bruce Wayne? Oh, is that what? Oh, it was a typo. Yeah, it was Lost Vein. Okay, that's why I got confused. You mean Meliodas' sword? It's nice. It's nice. It was just a small typo. Let's see. Kikoku, it's not really a sword, but it's a Nodachi. I mean, I'm allowing some technicalities here. I'm being like lenient. I'm being somewhat loose on the definition of sword. How much longer will I be streaming? For about another 15 minutes. We've been live for an hour. I'll stay live for another 15 minutes, and then I'll tell the TikTok chat what my favorite sword is. If they're not going to get it, realistically, they're not going to get it. One more hint: does your favorite sword, Yu-Gi-Oh, has a person in the card? So like, is it a humanoid-like like? The character looks like a person. The character looks very human-like, yeah. And both, like, yeah. It's definitely a human-like card. It's not like a dragon. It's not a monster. Like, it's not a weird demon thing. It's definitely more human. Do I just call you Otaku or something else? People have called me so many things. People call me Maitaku, Mighty, Otaku, Pete, whatever. Like, honestly, call me whatever you want. Thank God there's too many just sword. Yeah, there's a lot of cards which are literally just swords, but no, it's a card of a monster that is like human shaped. And I'll make it a little bit. It's because there's only like 15 minutes left. I'll make it a bit easier. It takes place during the main Yu-Gi-Oh series. It does not take place in GX or 5Ds or Zexal. It's during the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. So I just cut out a whole lot of jargon for you. Definitely Obelisk the Tormentor. He's not a, what do you, he just punches things really hard. He doesn't have a sword. He's just a big jacked blue guy. Let's see. Mishone's Katana in The Walking Dead. I've never watched The Walking Dead. That's going to upset some people, I already know. So it's not Dark Magician. It is not the Dark Magician. The best swords are in Bleach. Again, we've already had that kind of discussion where I acknowledge they have good swords. My favorite sword is not from Bleach. Yeah, Tofu, you hit both ends. Let's see, Kisuke Urahara. Yeah, he's got a nice sword. It's not a bad sword at all. It's a joke. Okay, I'm just reading it and reacting. Zacian. The Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, it's Zacian's sword is it's all right. It's all right. Where is your favorite sword from? Yu-Gi-Oh. It's from Yu-Gi-Oh. It's from like the OG Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's not 5Ds, it's not Zexal, it's not any of the newer ones, it's not GX, it's from OG Yu-Gi-Oh. Percy Jackson pen sword. I'm confused, so I'm gonna Google that as well. Percy Jackson pen sword. Okay. All right. Is that really your favorite sword though? Is it in Yugi's deck? You did ask the question. Yes, it is in Yugi's deck. It is in Yugi's deck. I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! It's okay. That's fine. It's such a good pick. I feel so gypped. I mean, I've given that away. Yeah, I think it's getting close to a giveaway at this point. Thank you for that. I've given a few hints. I've given quite a few hints. It's OG Yu-Gi-Oh! It's in OG Yugi's deck. Let's see. Ichigo Kurosaki and Sosuke Aizen are something. They are something, yes. What is Yu-Gi-Oh! About? So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a series that was actually made to kind of sell us on Yu-Gi-Oh! Merch, like do it like the card game Yu-Gi-Oh! And like the toys and all that stuff. It was a series that's basically one giant ad, but there's a lot more to it. It's actually a really, really good series. It's like a card game that uses like dual monsters, like actual monsters, but those monsters are actually based on an ancient Egyptian ceremony that they actually fought with real monsters, but now they're like in a card game, and it gets really intense. It's great. It's great. Today's question is favorite anime sword. Celtic Guardian. That's a decent sword, but no, it's definitely not going to go to Celtic Guardian. Someone already guessed Buster Blader. His sword is already way better than that. Someone guessed Blackluster Soldier, also way better. So yeah, there's definitely better swords in Yugi's deck than Celtic Guardian. Do Arthur's Excalibur from Fire Force count as a sword? Yes, we did count it. You're not the first person to mention speak please. Arthur's sword from Fire Force. Gotta be the Korowatari for me. Korowatari. Did I write that right? From Bakemonogatari? I never got that far, so I've never seen that thing. Okay, that's why I didn't recognize it. That's one of my favorites. Fair enough. I finished over 1,700 anime and 200 mangas. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like debates are really stupid. Like, debates is pretty much, it's like, what's the point of a debate? Who is better at arguing for their side? It's not like who's objectively right or wrong. It's just who's better at arguing their points. I feel like it's more about a discussion about, the evidence, like your perspective and your evidence for whatever you're trying to discuss. I don't really like debates. Is it a basic monster? No. It is not a basic monster. Let's see. Armamon. Armamon Burst Mode. You know what? You know who else has some really good swords if we're talking Digimon? Omnimon has some good swords, or Paladin mode, or I'm pretty sure Magna Angemon had swords. I know Angemon had I'm pretty sure Magna Angemon had swords, and Gallantmon had more of a not a sword per se. I think it was more like a well, I forgot what the weapon is called. Do a battle against someone. What battle are you talking about? After 20 years of watching anime and manga, I don't even remember how many of shows I've seen. I've been watching anime for 31, for 30 years at this point. Coming up on 31 years. So, yeah, I feel that. The Demon Dweller Sword is also a nice sword. Wait, I feel like I remember that one. The Demon... Oh, wait, isn't that Yeah, that's Asta's. Yeah, the Demon Dweller Sword is Asta's. It's fine. I do like when it absorbs other people's mana. Zabuza's Sword to speak. A lot of people have picked Zabuza's Sword. Yeah, so like you're talking about Gallantmon. Yeah, it wasn't a sword, it was a lance. Would I fight a homeless guy for $100? No, because like why? I'm sorry, like going around beating up homeless people, you're a pretty awful person. Blackluster Soldier, no. Blackluster Soldier is awesome, but it is not him, and someone already guessed him. Devil May Cry, Dante's Sword. I actually have not touched Devil May Cry yet, for some reason. I just never bought the game. Does the Sword of Power from He-Man count? Yes, you can count He-Man. Yes, you can absolutely count He-Man. I just remember the demon from Black Clover. I mean, cool. I know it's not about swords, but do I like Death Note? I like the first half of it. I don't really like the second half that much. I would use him as a... Wait. The Slice guy from One Piece, he appears near the beginning of One Piece. Are you talking about Mr. One? The guy who... he is from Alabasta, works under Crocodile. His whole body are basically blades. I don't think you'd be able to use him as a sword because he would just cut you. Like, he would just cut you. My favorite sword is Kokushibo's Upper Moon, and its name is, Kyoko Kukamusari. Yeah, I just butchered that completely. Why is it so long? Let's see. Tetsaiga. Oh my god. Someone pulled out Inuyasha. I actually... Why did no one else mention Inuyasha? That's kind of a surprise. Yeah. Inuyasha, so the Tetsaiga. I just remembered the Demon Destroyer is better than the Demon Dweller. I mean, I prefer that to the Demon Dweller. To the Tapion Sword from Dragon Ball Z. If we're talking Dragon Ball Z swords, I still prefer Trunks or the Z Sword or the Spirit Sword from Vegito. I think there's better picks. Thank you for the follow, Russell. I appreciate that. How much time do we have? Okay, we have guys. We have 6 minutes until I reveal my choice. And don't forget to join the Discord, by the way. Do not forget to join the Discord, and don't forget to follow on Twitch because our next Twitch live stream is going to be Monday morning, where we're continuing Mass Effect Andromeda. N10 from Kagura. I haven't seen Kagurabachi, but I'll look it up. I'll look it up. That's a duck. So let me type in Kagurabachi. So that's okay. That's just the name of the sword from Kagura. Okay, that was the name of the sword. Got it. Yeah, the Yoru. Yoru's been a popular choice. It looks good. I just don't think it's. I don't think it. Am I getting close? So XD. The picture is literally on the screen of who it is. So like, you can tell it's not Buster Blader. You can tell it's not Dark Flare Knight. You can tell it's not them. His favorite sword is right. It's literally on the screen for you. Fun fact: Kokushibo's sword, named apparently translates to "Hollow Cry of the Goddess." I wish I understood the context of why it's named that way. I haven't seen it. A lot of people have picked Enma as well, but I still think popularity is going to go to the Samehada. I think it's still going to Samehada. The Ano Sword of Destruction. I mean, it's a cool sword, I guess. I guess it's cool. It's just, Anos can just do whatever he wants. He's one of those characters where it's just like, oh, you think killing me matters? All you did was kill me. Like, come on. He's just like, he's ridiculous. It's hard for me to take him seriously. I have seen it, won't spoil it, and not gonna lie, I don't think there's much context to it. I mean, people have gone really, really close. Yugi's deck, well, I already said like original series. Yugi's deck, it's not Celtic Guardian, it's not Sword of the Revealing Light, it's not Buster Blader, it's not Blackluster Soldier. You're getting you're getting close. The Moonlight Greatsword is hard. The Moonlight Greatsword. Why do I'm terrible at typing these days. Moonlight Greatsword. That's a nice chunky sword. Well, then again, it's nowhere near as chunky as like the Dragon Slayer. Is it a fusion? Yes, it is a fusion. You are now very, 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 very close. Do the Sword of Totsuka count? I am just curious. I'd have. Well, it says sword in the name. I'm going to assume very likely. Sword of Totsuka. Oh, okay, that's the name. Okay, that's the name of Itachi's blade. That's Itachi's weapon. Yeah, we did count it. We did count. I just forgot it was named, but yes. Can't use Giratina's red spikes on it. So like spikes and swords are different. Like, yes, spikes and swords, not the same category of weapon really. Yes, XD, you did guess correctly. Congratulations, but we're not gonna say it to the TikTok chat. What do I think of Jinkei? Wait, who is this? Oh, he's from Daily Life. To be honest, forgetful. Didn't really care for him. He was, yeah. I also really like Zabu. A lot of people have not surprisingly picked Zabuza's Executioner's Blade, which is fair enough. It's one of the like most popular swords out there. I was going to guess that, but since it's right there, I thought it was. No, we were actively saying in chat. It's literally the picture on the screen. Have you watched Easygoing Territory Defense? I have no idea what that is. How long am I live for? Basically 2 more minutes. We've been live for 1 hour and 18 minutes at this point, but I have to like get ready for dinner soon, and I haven't made enough content today. I know, but I'm genuinely curious if I can use the red spikes as a weapon. I mean, you would have to rip it off their body. I mean, I don't think you could. I mean, spikes are a weapon. I just don't think you could. Do I like DXD? No, I dropped it right away. I dropped it immediately. If I get Anos' sword, then I get his castle. I mean, good luck getting it, though. Like, good luck getting his sword. Have I seen Kokushibo's sword? Yes. At this point, I've Googled it today, so I've definitely seen it. It's been seen in the anime or only the hilt of it. Let me just double check. Let me just double check. Koku. I know I already Googled it today. Yeah, so it's nice. It's nice, but it's not gonna be my favorite sword. You're thinking of Dark Paladin. Okay, so since we're near the end anyway, yes, you got it. My favorite sword in anime is going to be Dark Paladin, the fusion between Dark Magician and Blackluster Soldier, which Yugi used to defeat Kaiba during Kaiba's tournament. That was the sword. Yeah, you did say Dark, yeah. So you were really you were right there. You were right there. As a woman, I'm appalled by the sight of this male conversation. Okay, someone needs therapy. Tsukasa's first sword in Dr. Stone. That's okay, but I think there's a lot better. I mean, it's all right. But yes, the answer was Dark Paladin. The thing is, Ichigo has multiple swords and multiple sword forms, so you'd have to be specific with that one. I'm probably gonna die before I even step close near Giratina, not even 1 second before I get one. Exactly. You're just gonna die. You're just gonna die. Let's see. Fun fact. According to research I've done for Jeopardy, Kokushibo's sword has 44 eyes. Yeah, having a bunch of eyes on a sword feels kind of weird. Tsukasa's sword is out of stone. I mean, like, yeah, it's just a sword made of stone. There's issues with that. I mean, seems really impractical. I might have to rewatch the original Yu-Gi-Oh series just for that. It's such a great scene. Like Yugi beating Kaiba in the Battle City. Oh man, that was so good. Beating him at his own tournament. What a legend. So we're actually wrapping up very, very, very soon. But the question of the day is, what is your favorite anime sword? I'll stick around. I'll answer like let's say 5 more comments before I call it. I always stay way too long. Today I'm not going to do that. There's a battle reason his sword has so much eyes, but I won't. Yeah, don't spoil anything, please. Do Zoro's 3 mop sword style. I cannot do that because actually trying to use a mop in my mouth, not pulling that off. The Skull Knight Behelit sword. I don't think anyone has said Skull Knight today. So, fair pick. My favorite sword is Ichigo, but the thing is, Ichigo, you gotta be more specific because Ichigo has like his base sword, his Shikai, his Bankai, his new Bankai. Like, Ichigo has so many options there. Cronus sword Ragnarok from Soul Eater. Okay, we've mentioned Soul Eater, but no one specified a specific sword from Soul Eater. So there you go, Ragnarok. There we go. Gabura's Mimic Sword. Mimic Sword. I don't think I know that one. We'll say 3 more comments, then we'll call it. The Mimic Sword. Oh, okay. It's kind of scary. The whole mouth thing. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Is it just me? I think that's been a little bothered that only 2 of Kokushibo's eyes have the upper moon one. I don't really mind it. I think it's fine. But like, we're doing good, Owls. And we'll say 2 more. Have I read the Climber manga? Nope. I don't really read fiction. I read nonfiction. I mostly just watch the anime. And Goblin Slayer. So Goblin Slayer, the first season is great. A lot of people have issues with the first episode because it has a specific scene in the first episode that can be kind of upsetting. And some people don't like to see it. Some people are weird with it. It can be a bit intense. But overall, a great first season. It has a movie, which I also think is good, but not as good as the first season. And it also has a season 2. Season 2, while enjoyable, is also not as good as season 1. And on top of that, fun fact, not so much fun fact, they have a TTRPG, basically a Dungeons and Dragons version of Goblin Slayer. You could actually like buy the manual for it. It functions like D&D, but it has its own set of like rules and things. But it's really fun. I'm playing it right now. It's great, and I do recommend checking it out. It's like a thick manual, or you could probably find it online for free, probably. But yes, I do really like the series. And with that, here is the plan. I'm going to try and get some more content out today. Tomorrow, I will be live again around the same time, so like around 4ish in the afternoon Eastern Standard. And then I'll be live on Twitch on Monday. All right, guys, let's call it. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for being here. We're going to go